Welcome to my super quick, super real tidy up routine today. And if your home feels like it's spiraling lately, you're not alone. You know those days when the sink is full of dishes, jackets are falling off the coat hooks, toys are everywhere, and you're just standing in the middle of it all wondering, where do I even begin? I've been there many times. But here's what I've learned. You don't need to fix everything. You just need a few small habits that quietly keep things from getting out of control. So let's start with one. Maybe it's shoes by the door. Maybe it's the kitchen counter. One shift at a time, and your home starts to breathe again. Let's start with the most common mistake, trying to make it pretty before it's actually tidy. Some days I used to look at my cluttered closet or kitchen counter and think, maybe I just need prettier bins. Maybe if I label everything, it'll feel better. But deep down, I wasn't organizing. I was decorating over the mess. So now I start simple, remove, reduce, then rearrange. No styling until I've cleared out what doesn't need to be there. Like last week, I was trying to make the entryway look nicer, but half the shoes were outgrown and 2 jackets were missing zippers. No bin or label could fix that. I sat down with a bag, checked each item, and only then did I bother folding a scarf or straightening the rack. This shift isn't about minimalism, it's about mental space. When your eyes aren't constantly dodging visual clutter, your brain stops buzzing. And if you struggle with rooms that are full of stuff you don't even know how to start dealing with, especially the bedroom, I'll be sharing a full set of tips for that tomorrow. The kind of mess that's not dirty, just emotionally stuck. So stay tuned if that's something you need. Let's keep going because the next habit is one that changed how I decluttered every single space in my house. Next is a small shift that gave me way more clarity, organized by type, not by location. It's easy to think, let me just clean this closet, or I'll organize this one drawer. But if you're like me, the same category of stuff is hiding in 5 different places. Shoes aren't just in the entryway. They're under the bed, by the back door, and in the car. Scarves live in the coat closet, but also that everything basket near the stairs. So now I tidy by type. All the shoes all at once. All the papers all at once. It sounds small, but it does 2 things. You stop organizing duplicates without realizing it. You make real decisions, not just shuffling the mess. Just last month, I kept fixing the kids' coat closet over and over until I finally pulled every single jacket from every room into one pile. Turns out we had 3 identical pink puffer coats in 3 different sizes. 2 were outgrown, 1 had a broken zipper. I was storing clutter just because I never looked at the full picture. When you declutter by category, you see patterns. And once you see the pattern, you stop repeating it. And that leads right into the next habit, one that works with your natural rhythms, especially when you're short on time. Then comes a rhythm that works better than motivation, tidy with the seasons, not with pressure. I used to wait for the magical moment when I'd feel ready to declutter. You know, the mythical weekend with no kids around, no work stress, and a sudden burst of motivation. It never came. But what does come like clockwork is the shift in seasons. Weather changes, school starts, holidays roll in, and with it, new clothes, new routines, new clutter. So now I anchor my tidying to that. Every fall, I check the coat closet. Every spring, I go through the bathroom drawers. Not because I feel like it, but because the season already brings a natural pause. Last week, it started getting chilly again. That was my cue. I didn't plan a big clean out. I just took 20 minutes, pulled out the jackets, and found 2 that no longer fit my kids, and 1 with a broken zipper I'd been meaning to fix for 6 months. Decluttering seasonally keeps it small and realistic. You're not waiting for motivation. You're following a rhythm that's already happening around you. And when your decluttering has a natural rhythm, it starts feeling like maintenance, not a meltdown. Up next, what to do with all those random little items that somehow always end up floating around every room. After that, let's zoom in because tiny things make big messes fast. Sometimes your home doesn't look messy, but it feels like visual noise. It's not the big stuff, it's the tape rolls, the loose batteries, the mittens with no match. The little things that seem harmless on their own until they're everywhere. What I've learned is contain the chaos. 1 basket, 1 bin. Just give those randoms a home, even if it's temporary. In our coat closet, I kept tossing cleaning pads and floor care tools on the top shelf out of sight, I thought, but it became a jumble of stuff I don't know where else to put. Once I used 2 bins with lids, suddenly the whole space felt calm. I didn't even get rid of much. I just stopped seeing the clutter. The key here isn't to label and color code. It's to stop your eyes from tripping over 10 small distractions every time you open a door. And if you're thinking, but I have too much random stuff, that's exactly where the next tip will help. Now try this when you're not quite ready to let go. Create a pause pile without guilt. There are things in your home you're not ready to get rid of, and that's okay. Maybe it's a pair of jeans that might fit again, or a charger you might need someday, or a gift from someone that you don't love but you feel weird giving away. Here's what I do now. I create a pause pile, a basket or a bin labeled "Decide Later," no pressure, no guilt, just a place to hold what I'm not ready to face. Last month, I decluttered our linen closet and found 4 throw blankets. I only needed 2, but I wasn't ready to part with the others. So I placed them in a bin, labeled it with the date, and moved it out of sight. 2 weeks later, I hadn't missed them, and donating felt easy. You don't have to force clarity, you just need to make space while you wait for it. And if you're wondering how to avoid hanging on to too much too long, the next tip is what keeps that from happening. Tip 6, create one in-between basket for each space. Not everything in your home has a clear place. Some things aren't trash. They're not worth organizing either. They just don't belong anywhere right now. That's where an in-between basket saves the day. I keep one in a few key areas like the hallway closet and kitchen. It's where I toss socks without pairs, papers I need to check later, or random chargers I'm not sure we even use anymore. The goal isn't to avoid decisions forever. It's to protect your clear spaces from being recluttered by things you haven't had the energy to deal with. Here's the rule: once a week, I do a 10-minute sweep of that basket. Most things either get tossed, rehomed, or finally used. And in the meantime, I don't have to stare at them every day. You're not lazy for needing buffer zones. You're realistic. And speaking of realistic, the next tip is what I do on those days when I can't even finish one task. Moving on to those hard days when your energy is low and one corner is truly enough. There are days when you don't have the energy to clean the whole room, and honestly, that's most days. So instead of saying, I'll do the kitchen, I just tell myself I'll do this one corner, one chair, one basket, one countertop. Yesterday, I only had 15 minutes between errands and dinner. I didn't fold all the laundry, but I folded the socks, and that was enough to make the bedroom feel less chaotic. Tiny progress still counts. You're not doing less, you're working with what your energy allows today. And here's the secret: when you give yourself permission to stop at one corner, sometimes you find the motivation to keep going. And even if you don't, that's still a win. The next tip builds on this, not with what you do, but how you think about clean enough. Keep going with a mindset that sets you free. Good enough still counts. And it always will. There's a quiet pressure. So many of us carry the idea that if it's not spotless, folded perfectly, color-coded, it doesn't count. But let me tell you, good enough still gets the job done, and done is better than delayed. Last week, I wiped the bathroom counter with a baby wipe while brushing my teeth. Not a deep clean, but toothpaste splatters gone. That's not lazy, that's realistic care layered into real life. Perfection is exhausting, and often it's the reason we don't even start. When you allow good enough into your routine, you make space for consistency. You stop restarting from scratch. You stop thinking you failed just because the towels didn't all match. So no, it doesn't have to be the right way. It just has to be done enough that your mind can rest. And next, let's talk about how to stop using energy on the same problem over and over. Next is a trick I swear by: tidy while life happens, not after it ends. You don't need more willpower, you need less decision-making. Trying to find time to declutter usually means it won't happen, but pairing it with a habit you already have. That's where the magic is. I don't schedule a decluttering session, I just add small tasks to moments that already exist. Wipe the kitchen drawer while waiting for water to boil. Put 3 things back in place while the coffee brews. Clear the car console while sitting in the school pickup line. These aren't chores. They're little habits that slip into your day without resistance. You're not pushing harder, you're just folding the work into what's already happening. And over time, these small moves create a home that feels managed without ever sitting down to get organized. The next tip is a little deeper. It's not about what you do, but why you do it. Then comes a shift in why you clean. Let it be an act of care, not shame. There's a difference between cleaning because your home is a mess and cleaning because you want to take care of the space you live in. One comes from shame, the other comes from love. I used to look around and think, ugh, I've let it get this bad again. Every crumb, every pile felt like proof I was failing. But now I try to shift the voice in my head. I say I want this space to feel better. For me, for the people I love. That mindset shift doesn't make the clutter disappear, but it makes the work feel lighter. Like yesterday, I folded my daughter's laundry while she was at school. Not because she couldn't do it, but because she'd had a hard week. It was an act of care, not control. Decluttering is easier when it's not punishment. When it's an offering to yourself, to your family, to your future self. So next time you start to tidy up, ask yourself gently, am I doing this out of shame or care? Let that answer guide the way you move through your home. Tip 11, let the goodbye be easy. Letting go isn't just about stuff, it's about the little emotional tugs that come with it. I used to declutter a drawer, set aside a few things to donate, and then they'd sit there, on the floor, in a bag, for weeks. Somehow, the goodbye felt unfinished, and it made me want to hold on again. So now I keep a soft basket in the laundry area. It's my quiet goodbye zone, nothing fancy, but it's always there waiting without judgment. I drop things in when I'm ready, one shirt I no longer wear, a toy my kids have outgrown, no pressure. And when the basket's full, I don't have to think. I just take it with me the next time I head out. We don't need to turn letting go into a dramatic decision. Sometimes it's just a quiet act of trust that what we release will find new life somewhere else. And finally, you don't have to clean in silence. Let someone else's voice remind you you're not alone in this. There were days I sat in the middle of a mess and felt completely paralyzed. Not because I didn't know what to do, but because I felt alone in it. And sometimes that's the heaviest part. Not the stuff, but the silence around it. Now, when the weight starts building, I don't push through alone. I text a friend I'm tackling my closet, ask me in 30 minutes how it's going. Or I put on a podcast where someone else is cleaning too, just to feel like I'm not the only one doing this hard, quiet work. Sometimes even hearing another woman's voice saying, "Hey, I'm clearing out my drawers today too," is enough to pull me out of the freeze. You don't need someone to fix it. You just need to feel seen. Because this isn't about perfection. It's about feeling less alone in the effort. So those are the 12 tiny habits that have helped me create a home that feels more calm, not perfect, just less heavy. If you're still feeling overwhelmed, I hope this video gave you a few ideas that feel realistic. Not all at once, not right away. Just one small shift that makes things feel a little lighter. Because decluttering isn't a big moment. It's 100 tiny decisions that quietly give you back your space, your time, your breath. And if there's one thing I've learned through all of this, it's this. You don't have to earn a peaceful home by being exhausted. You deserve it as you are. If this video helped you feel less alone in the mess or more gentle with yourself, I'd love for you to subscribe or share it with someone who might need it too. And if you're ready for more, I've got a video coming up next on how to declutter a bedroom that feels emotionally stuck. I'll see you there.